Hey y'all, welcome back. All right, let me just reveal that, I don't know, I just feel like I need to show you all that I have been practicing this recently. I'll put the cards in chronological order by way of the similar element. And yeah, everybody's here. Major Arcana also in order, but I feel like that's what I'm being guided to continue on here, which is perfectly fine. I don't mind the extra task. But yeah, it's more for, I don't know, possibly just breaking up the energies. I don't know. I'm just following directives. But anyway, I hope y'all are doing well. Let's go ahead and dive in and see what the Holy Spirit has for the collective. Divine Holy Spirit, what do you have for the collective? What's the collective need to know and be made aware of? You guys, I've been working on some products behind the scenes. Some things that have helped me on my journey of healing. And I wanted to be able to see how to functionally share these things with you. You know, so they're kind of easy to carry around and, you know, while you're traveling or just doing your daily tasks, how you can utilize special practices of energies and things. But yeah, you guys keep me in your positive thoughts as I create these products to help raise the vibration of your neighbor, your nasty neighbor, possibly your backstabbing co-workers, you know, because they need these products. They need to be aware of these to make our lives easier, right? Okay, it's all about balance, right? All right, Spirit, what do you have for the divine collective? What does the collective need to know and be made aware of? All right, I'm hearing something about achievements. Let's see what's going on with that. Thank you all for your likes, your shares, your comments. I appreciate you. A little like goes a long way. All right, these cards are on top of my thumb here. I'm gonna let those go ahead and slide off as they were attempting to make entry to the table. Okay, I just heard speculation when I saw that Seven of Swords in the reverse. So we have achievements and then we have now speculation. So somebody's watching your money. They're watching your growth here. And it's just making them more upset with themselves, you know, that they didn't behave and play nicely here. Alrighty, y'all, so to confirm the watching energy or the expectation of something happening or going on, doesn't necessarily have to be in a negative connotation, but the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck lets me know that there is some sort of anticipation here by way of coming or going. We like to look at the Three of Wands as expecting something good to come in because it's in the upright, and these have to do with achievements as like actions that have been brought forth to where you're like, yeah, definitely I put in work for this to come to me. So this is possibly what you're saying to the person in that Seven of Swords energy that's reversed, that, you know, I earned this, I work for this. So that achievement energy and then the spectator energy, yeah, it's starting to make sense already. Okay, so I'm going to, that's underlying energy if you're new here for what we're about to get into. I'm seeing wands and swords pretty much for the most part so far. So I'm going to jump over here to this Two of Wands. So, you know, the Three of Wands obviously at the bottom of the deck, but it started here with this Two of Wands. So it feels like somebody got a new lease on life. If this is a new beginning, this means that there's been some recognition of, you know, your placement at this point in your journey to where, you know, it took some effort to get to where you are. Even though it's like, you know, you might be comfortable where you are and, you know, you don't want to ask for anything more or nothing less. You're kind of good where you stand. The Two of Wands just kind of let you know, well, there's so much more in front of you that you possibly are aware that there could be, you know, higher levels to be achieved here, but that point of kind of being complacent with the Two of Wands in the upright, you know, it's not really motivating you to want to, you know, do more or just be excited about it or allow it to happen in your life. It's like maybe possibly not manifesting to your fullest capability. But the Two of Wands lets me know that there is a possibility to be able to advance forward into a whole new territory, right? Because it's been granted for you. It's like the two, I like to look at it as two, like a threshold. Like all you have to do is walk through. Like what you have around you, you know, physically, and, you know, it seems like it's fine. There's so much more through that threshold that you're not even aware of. I'm going to see what is under this Two of Wands energy. And I'm hearing somebody would like you to be complacent. They would like you to be fine with where you are. And you know what that also tells me is that they know of your greatness. And they know that you're here to achieve and, you know, be great at whatever it is that you do, or that they might be aware that you do. But they're happy with you just staying in your little small town world. Right? Because that's pretty much what they tried to do, or, you know, at least make you feel like you weren't ever going to be great at what it was that you did or do. Now, underneath this Two of Wands, we have the Four of Swords reverse, we have the Hierophant, and we have the Page of Pentacles reverse. So that Page of Pentacles reverse just feels like an offer that's been turned down here. So possibly now, I'm feeling this. This is what I'm feeling. This is exactly it. You were sent a test by way of someone who possibly, of course, they mistreated you, but they got to a point to where they discussed you. You didn't even want to see their face. You didn't want to hear their voice. It was more or less just kind of, you know, please stay over their energy. But at the same time, you were still cordial to them is what I'm thinking. So you were so cordial to them is that they thought that they could come and approach you with some sort of offering here, which you did turn down. Because that Hierophant is also letting me know that that was a measure to see where you were. Now, if you had accepted that offer, then possibly it could have kind of drug you back into something that you wouldn't have wanted to be a part of once it was all said and done. So the fact that you passed the test by declining an offer, the Four of Swords reverse just lets me know that it's time to come out of this slumber. Whatever this slumber is connected to this Two of Wands, thinking like you're good, you're okay where you are. No, the Four of Swords reverse says no, you got to get out of that. So if that's the thinking of that complacency, Spirit is letting you know, no, I have so much more for you. Like, you've done very well. Like, good job, whoever you are, insert name. Like, all of that has achievements, y'all. I'm being brought back to that. So whatever that is in regards to the obstacles and then further passing the test, it's like a bonus, like extra credit on a test in grade school. It's like that, even that as an achievement, you know you've won. It's like, man, if I got the extra credit right, then I know I'm good to go. So whatever it is that you're contemplating or thinking about walking into, this is your go ahead to walk into it, especially with this Three of Wands energy at the bottom of the deck, y'all. Boom. All right, let's get into this jealous, hating ass energy right here, because that's what I'm feeling. Because obviously with the Seven of Swords reverse, this is that one who tried to throw everything at you. But in the reverse, it feels like now they're a victim to their own circumstances. Whatever they were throwing at you, they're getting every bit of that back is what I'm feeling with the Seven of Swords reverse. And with the Eight of Swords right here to confirm it in the upright, they can't get out from this attachment. Whatever that was is attached to them now, to where they're in this mental prison that they can't get out of. They're blindfolded. You know, now easily they could possibly get out if they had the right tools, but they spent so much time trying to stop you and trap you that now they're stopped, they're halted, and they're trapped, and they don't know what to do. Let's see what's going on top of the Seven of Swords reverse. Let's see what we have. Look, the Queen of Swords. So this could be somebody who was like the front runner, the queen of the show here, the one who took every initiative to try to withhold you from whatever blessing this is that you're bound to receive here. Because this Queen of Swords had all access to this kind of knowledge. I don't know how. Don't ask me how, when, where. I just know I'm reading the cards here with these swords. This Queen of Swords is the one who was responsible for starting this process in your life to where now you know who the hell you are. But the Queen of Swords is the one that's trapped here. There's some sort of something that they're sitting on top. Like I'm seeing like an anthill. Like they're sitting on top of that anthill just knowing all of this stuff can crumble at a moment's notice. It could be somebody who comes along and steps on it. It could be wind. It could be rain. It could be anything. But the thing about it, the Queen of Swords, that's all that they have. They're not good at building like fully structured things to where they can't be demolished. The Queen of Swords was just, she didn't know of all the materials that were necessary to be able to withhold for this little anthill that, you know, this Queen of Swords was building. I hope that makes sense here, because that's the vision that I'm being shown. So it's like no matter how they try to build up some sort of fortress, it's still going to be demolished. It's going to be torn down. It's not sealed in some sort of fate here. It's always a constant rebuilding here with this Queen of Swords. But it seems like it's them trying to build up an army of weaponry or to go against something. Is what I'm getting with this Queen of Swords energy. This is interesting. I'm trying to follow the ant and the anthill reference here. All right, let's see what else is here. What's going on here in the center? I know that's going to make sense in a moment. All right, I'm going to flip all of these cards over like a pancake and let's see what's going on, because this is possibly what we don't see coming, or either the Queen doesn't see it coming. All right, look. This is what we or the Queen does not see coming. And behind all of that energy is a Queen of Wands here. So I'm hearing this is a nemesis. This Queen of Wands is a nemesis to this Queen of Swords. Now, that's not your problem, collective, at all. Because I'm feeling this is someone who is looking for some sort of payback to this Queen of Swords energy, because look at how she's kind of looking over, and the fact that she's trumping the energy. The Queen of Wands is trumping the Queen of Swords energy, but the Queen of Swords is the one, you know, she's like the queen of the anthill reference. You know, she builds up fortresses with people. So this could have something to do with family. The Queen of Swords tried to build up an army with the ant reference. Tried to build up an army of workers and people and defenders, people to defend, you know, the fortress, and work very hard to maintain and keep what they have. But the Queen of Wands is the one that's kind of coming in and stomping on it, because the Wands are action. So that Queen of Wands I'm feeling is looking for some sort of some get back here. Let's see why. This is what we have. Look at this. I'm almost afraid. Okay, look at what we have. So there was some sort of truth that was spoken here, and possibly by, okay, so I have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords could be a child. It could be an adult child even, possibly somebody this Queen of Wands was dealing with, who is the child of the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Wands is looking for payback because there's some sort of truth that came through. So maybe this child of the Queen of Swords told a little something to the Queen of Wands, said some truth, and then that got this Queen of Wands in an uproar. And it has to do with the Seven of Pentacles as well. This is a major loss in money here. It's not the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, but the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You know what this means. This means that this didn't even belong to this Queen of Wands to begin with. Because if in the Seven of Pentacles, it's like they're standing around their harvest. You know, they planted the seeds are growing into little pinnacles. They got, oh, another little pinnacle just sprouted today. So it's investments, but these investments were made in the wrong energy, like a negative energy. It could have been against someone. It could be scamming. It just could just be repeat offenses of things, but it built up bank for this Queen of Wands and possibly the Page of Swords, which is the child of the Queen of Swords. But they lost it all. So you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing the Page of Swords is kind of playing both of these characters here by way of the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So if I look at it as like a 3D perspective, so this person, the Page of Swords, was in a relationship with this Queen of Wands, and things went sour because they lost finances here and they lost some other things here, but I'll get into that. Now, the Queen of Swords was trying to keep the family together because the Queen of Swords, I said, was the ant, and the anthill reference, built up a fort, but did not ever anticipate it coming down by way of their fortress built up, because the Queen was in all control of everything. They had the workers. You go do this, you go do that, you do that. The Queen of Swords is a control freak. So what I'm feeling here is now the Queen of Swords is just not willing to, you know, give up on letting their child go. Even though it's an adult child, they're not still trying to give up that control here. 7 of Swords reverse, 8 of Swords. This is all about captivity here. So this Queen of Wands was like, no, you got the wrong one, mom-in-law, mother-in-law to be, whoever they are at this point. I said nemesis because that's what I picked up on. So the Queen of Wands is definitely in a vindictive energy here. All right, so we talked about the loss of, you know, investments with the 7 of Pentacles. So the money's gone, and there was some truth spoken with this Page of Swords. Possibly, you know, something being whispered in the Queen of Wands, the girlfriend, the wife, whoever, you know, whispered in their ear. I'm sorry, this doesn't have to be gender-based, but, you know, just take it as it applies if it applies. And now the Queen of Swords is feeling like they've lost one of their main defenders here because they've turned on them, which would be, you know, their own child and their significant other. So it's like the child gave the significant other some fuel, some more fuel to the fire. So maybe these were the black ants, and then here comes the fire ants by way of the Queen of Wands energy to shut all that stuff down, or to wage war, or, you know, the fire ant, I'm assuming, could take over, you know, the black ant colony, right? So this definitely feels like war energy, like one family against another family. All right, y'all, 10 of Swords is here. So this is it. This is the final straw. This is the completion of, you know, the back and forth, the heartache, the pain, you know, people being, we definitely have all kind of stabbed in the back references here. Just with the 7 of Swords reversed alone, that should be enough. But look at all the swords, y'all, and it's pointing back to the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is getting hit the most here. But the Page of Swords, you know, they're like a little infant in this whole game because they're trying to make themselves seem innocent when they're really not. All right, y'all. Then we have the 7 of Cups reversed. So, you know, in the reverse, already the 7 of Cups, if it were in the upright, it means somebody has just so many choices and options that they can't choose. They're becoming overwhelmed. They can't think clearly. They don't want to choose the wrong cup because that cup is tied to emotions, right? In the reverse, this person is just not in their right mind. So this could possibly mean mental illness for me as a reader. And this is connected back to this Queen of Wands. You know, this Queen of Wands is not playing with a full deck here. You know, their emotions are all over the place because the Queen of Wands is not, she's an action-oriented person. She or he is an action-oriented person to where they want to see results. So they're going to do something to get the satisfaction. Now, when it comes to emotions, there's no control over emotions, especially when they get involved in, I'm going to go bust the windows out their car. I'm going to go slash some tires. I'm going to go jump this person. You know, it's like action. They're not even considering, oh, well, what if I get hurt? Or what if I get caught? Or what if they get hurt? That's not even on the table at all. So they're like totally absent of emotions when it comes to, you know, the repercussions. So if I were this Queen of Swords, I would be on high alert right now because of this energy that is definitely wanting to have some sort of vindication on this mother energy by way of the Queen of Swords. All right, so right below this energy is the 2 of Pentacles. You know, it looks like it's teetering in the reverse. And you guys, if you're new here, when I get cards on the side or kind of like on the side, I have to interpret it as either upright or reverse, depending on the energy that's surrounding it. And then also, I feel like it's a to be determined thing. So this has to do with relinquishing control. And the control here, the underlying control has to do with money. Yes, there's a lot of control here on both sides, but when it comes down to it, there's something here that represents pentacles, money. It could be by way of a person. And the person that I'm thinking is this Page of Swords. Now, wouldn't it be something if the Queen of Swords mother knew that this Page of Swords brought gifts? However these gifts show up, it always brings them some sort of abundance, but it depends, right? It depends on their mood. It depends on this or that or how they work the system. Two of Pentacles is a decision balancing with these pentacles. Either you bit off more than you can chew, or there's going to be something that you might want to consider that has to do with the spending of money or allocation of money. Now, the Queen of Wands is very hip to game as well. The Queen of Wands also knows that the Page of Swords is able to bring in value, finances, pentacles, whatever that is that they were investing in together that they lost because they weren't handling that appropriately. The Queen of Wands did benefit from the Page of Swords being around, as well as the Queen of Swords. So this is this ultimate battle here. But nobody's really being honest with the Page of Swords about what's really going on here. That's the problem. So when I say these two met their match, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, they met their match. All right, y'all. We have the Strength card in reverse over here. Up above that, I have the Empress Reverse, and then I have the Six of Swords reverse. So I feel like there is someone on the outskirts of this energy here that is definitely having a hard time shaking this person or shaking something out of their mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing that it's just past history of just events that have happened here with certain energies, possibly by way of Empress energies. They're here in the reverse. And not to even bring up a previous reading, but I have to because it's just very prominent right now. The Empress Reverse came up in the reading on yesterday, that there was some sort of cycle happening where this person would just seek out Empress energies, like mother energies, tying back to their own mother issues, to where they sought out that same kind of energy in order to take from that Empress energy. So a lot of this history has just been recycling over and over for a lot of Empress energies, to where they cannot get out of their heads in this reverse energy. That kind of just lets me know that there's a new cycle of these Empresses who are not feeling like themselves. If it's like, if I could call it like a new batch, then this would be the new batch. If they've been hit by a Page of Swords revert or a Page of Swords energy, to come in and just kind of fill out and take what it is that they need and, you know, manipulate, play mind games, and have very immature acts surrounding, you know, their actions and thoughts, then, you know, they took this Empress energy and threw them for a loop here. Strength card reverse. So it's like it came out of left field almost for this new batch of Empress energies here. So I guess if I'm speaking to, you know, somebody who was recently affected by someone who just, you know, well, now it's been confirmed to you that, you know, you've totally been played and taken advantage of, then this is just that new batch that possibly you're able to get a witness to see that, you know, they're basically going through the ringer by way of their own mother possibly, and then their significant other, and then the challenge of those two together. So they're pretty much caught in the middle, but they're playing both sides here. Let me get some clarifiers on this Empress Reverse energy. Here, can you clarify the Empress Reverse with the Six of Swords reversed here? Yeah, so it's like the Empress has some mental conflict, possibly not being able to connect with spirit. Could be the vibes here. There was a clarifier that flew out down here, but I'll pick that up in a moment, see what that is. It's the Empress Reverse, Spirit. Let me make sure I hit record, y'all. Okay, I did. All right, Empress Reverse. Okay, message card came out upright. Okay, so we're just going to go with this. I'm not going to force anything. High honor is at the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely some things that are being recognized and taking control of. And then, you know, with the high honor, it means there's some sort of honorable energy here to where it needs to be recognized. Okay, so I'm being brought back to achievement that I picked up in the channeling, achievements. So there is going to be proper recognition for those of you who have done the work and got the extra credit points. Yes, because this is happening fast and it's something that needs to be, you know, observed. Like, people need to know. So the achievement could come out in so many different ways to where, you know, it could be energetically that people are just going to be in awe of your presence because you'll just have this light glowing around you that even they'll be able to see and say, okay, this person is hands off or whatever that is. But you deserve to be recognized here. All right, so the message card came out on top of this Two of Wands energy. So there could be some sort of communication coming by way of email, a letter in the mail. Somebody needs you to know that this is going to be an offer just for you. So if this has to do with, you know, a relocation by way of a job offer, or somebody says that, you know, I've had you on my mind, you know, here's a check for whatever the amount is, and you know, you weren't expecting that, you know, and that's going to help you understand that everything's divinely guided here. You don't have control really, or you deserve more. You deserve to walk through the threshold of value. You know, something's going to go ahead and get this ball rolling to where it's going to allow you to get out of, you know, where you are and understand that there's so much more. All right, so on top of this vindictive Queen of Wands energy, let's see what we have. Ooh, coffin card. Y'all, that totally changed everything. Ooh. Yeah. I told you guys it didn't feel like the Queen of Wands was here to have a tea party. But it's definitely to bring an ending, that's for sure. Okay, got it, Spirit. Confirmed. All right. Y'all just stay out the way. Stay out the way. Okay, so we have the Queen. I'm sorry. I can't. Woo, I gotta let that one rest for a moment because the Queen of Wands is definitely putting things to rest here. All right, look at this. Let's turn over this card on top of the Eight of Swords. Concern. So this concern I associated with someone who is definitely trapped by way of what they were trying to, you know, involve you in or put you in or keep you from is actually happening to them now, was the energy around this card. So connected to that Queen of Swords, which we found out, we had the Page of Swords looming in the background. That's connecting this energy. So that could be the mother of your ex person, because they orchestrated this whole thing. And then they got exactly their match by this Queen of Wands. I mean, shoot, they put it out there. They wanted war with you. So, you know, they basically had war and, you know, they didn't make it. There was somehow that, you know, the war was waged and you got to walk away without a scratch. But the Queen of Swords is about, I'm hearing a rain down of thunder. I don't know, y'all. Let's see what else is here. So we have pathway. That was the first clarifier that came out. So definitely, you know, by way of it being connected to this energy with this Four of Swords reverse, that's when I was saying that, you know, you getting the extra credit, it's time for you to get out of that place you were in. So pathway would confirm that totally. Now, I want to see, I still, you know, I would like to have some clarification on this Queen of Pentacles reverse. Let me get the Chakra Oracle card, see what's going on with the new batch of the Empresses that have lost their way a little bit, you know. But of course, they're still the Empress. They just need to realize that and get back on track here. All right. Spirit, clarify the Empress Reverse, please. All right. Perseverance is in the reverse. That's odd because all my cards are usually in the upright, as you can see. So this one card being at the bottom of the deck in the reverse. So there, I mean, I'm focused on that Empress Reverse energy, and Perseverance is in the reverse. So, I mean, that would make sense because the Empress is known for bringing growth, you know, and how do you bring growth? It's like you have to be able to always be in a high vibration. But, you know, the vibration isn't high at all in the reverse. So that's keeping them stagnant. You know, they're not tapped in. They're not tuned in right now with spirit with the Six of Swords reverse. They're not able to travel and get that information, you know, from the spirit realm. They're not able to open up that communication so easily because they're in a low vibration. Yeah. All right. So 2 cards did fly out over here. So we have facade and we have isolation. So the Empress is not feeling themselves, obviously, but you know, the isolation is not helping as well, because the facade is that possibly the Empress is feeling like they've lost it all. I don't know what that means, lost it all, because if they're already recognized to be the Empress, they know who they are. You know, they've made the achievement to be able to have this title, have this standard of being the Empress. So what's the facade about? What's the facade about, Spirit? Well, I mean, the obvious is them not recognizing their worth at this time. So Empresses in the reverse, I'm talking to you. Just know that this is a facade right now. Whatever this is that you're going through is not, I'm hearing it's not justified. So me understanding it's not justified means you're trying to make heads and tails of something that doesn't even matter. Like it carries no weight. So why is it that you are, you know, keeping yourself at a distance? Like you're not out planning and tending to your garden. You know, you're not out in, you know, the Mother Earth, you know, whatever that is, grounded, barefoot, you know, out hugging trees, going to the beach like you said you were going to, or maybe you weren't thinking about it. So just take off and go to the beach, go to the mountains, whatever that is, Empress. Like there's something that's just not being maintenance, not taken care of when it comes to yourself. All right, you guys, I could go on, but I hope this helps.